this is not even grasping at straws. This is
This is not
grasping at
grasping
like
at straws. Every
this
single
is
person.
grasping at straws,
This
man.
is not grasping.
Something that my only
Nothing
hope
has
is.
been resolved.
So that's a perfect segue. Let's preview the February 15th match against India and Pakistan. There was a lot of controversy surrounding that match, but let's just focus now on the cricket. Of course, this has been a one-sided rivalry for many years now in ICC events and just even in white ball events. Of course, remember the India beating Pakistan 3 times in the Asia Cup, recently held Asia Cup. But of course, every tournament is different. Everything is unique. We touched on this earlier, I think in yesterday's podcast, changes to the Pakistan team. One of the things that I thought about was replacing Shaheen for Naseem because of his control and Shaheen. I think there was a stage at some point where the Indian batters actually feared him a little bit. I think that's gone. I think post-injury Shaheen, that fear is gone. That fear that from those 2 wickets that he took in that first over in that T20 World Cup in 2021 in Dubai Stadium. That fear seems to have alleviated. Your thoughts on the Pakistan team going into this game?
Do you want to go first?
Go ahead, Mustafa. I've given my fair bit, but I'll follow on to your point. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so we've talked about this a lot. I don't think they're going to change anything majorly, right? The only thing I have said this multiple times. Like the only change I thought you would make is maybe Shaheen, maybe bringing in the seam in for someone, whether that be for a pacer like Shaheen, or in my opinion, I think you should maybe drop Usman Tariq and bring in Naseem as another pace bowling option, because no, I always like, because you already have like three spinners already in the team in Shadab, Nawaz, and Saim. Like it wouldn't be a bad thing to also have two frontline pacers, because as much as I love Fahim, and like he can be very valuable with his bowling, like he's not really a frontline pacer anymore, and like having Naseem would not be a bad shout instead of having like a fourth spinner basically.
You didn't mention Abrar in your three.
So yeah, Abrar as well. Yes, Abrar as well. Yes.
Yeah, but can't you see the mystique surrounding Usman Tariq? He's got Indian Twitter in an absolute tizzy at the moment. They're up in arms about him. So that psychological effect that he has, I would rather drop Abrar. I have to play Usman Tariq because he has that kind of think about him. He has that kind of mystery about him, and he's gotten into their heads, so to speak. So I think we certainly need to play Usman Tariq. It's a fair point about saying that Shaheen hasn't bowled well in this World Cup, and it would make sense that you want Naseem Shah to come in. On paper, and I agree, it's a firm argument, but still, the heart says you want Shaheen Shah Afridi with that left arm in swing bowling. And Abhishek Sharma hasn't taken to the field in this World Cup 100%. He might be a bit under the weather. He might not even play. Who knows what's happening with him there? So that Indian top order is looking slightly shaky. And I would still want my best wicket-taking fast bowler with the new ball. Naseem is very fine in terms of protecting himself, in terms of economy rate, but wicket-taking fast bowler Shaheen Shafidi is your man. And you're underplaying Fahim Ashraf's bowling. Look at the way he bowled in the Asia Cup final. He got 3 wickets, if I'm not wrong. So he certainly is plenty capable. And we've already gone all in. We've pushed our chips in with this spin quartet or quintet that we have with Shadab in the background as well. So might as well go all in with it. It's too late to make changes now because that just shows that you're reacting and not believing in your A game plan. You're looking for plan B. And I don't want Pakistan to do that, even if it's India.
I don't think you change.
I do agree with your Usman Tariq thing because in a T20 game where dot balls are at a premium, I think he can induce a few dot balls just because of how unique his style is. They will be, a little hesitant in going gung ho first ball. The one other thing I would ask you is, would you give Shadab the full quartet of 4 overs? Because historically, he hasn't been able to deliver. Now he bowled four overs in Pakistan's last game, but I'm guessing that they're not going to give him the full repertoire of 4 overs. Go ahead, Mustafa.
Uh, you have five spin bowlers. You don't. You can very easily like if you're going to play all 5 spin bowlers, it's going to be very easy to maneuver it around. And like Shadab has that a little bit propensity to get hit. So if he gets swung on in 1 over, it's not a bad idea to maybe bring on Saim, who has a bit more control and who is a little less likely to get hit.
How
I
about
think
in your batting
they
order?
might
Go
think
ahead.
about using Abrar with the new ball. Why not? Use him with the new
Or
ball
Sime with
alongside
the
Shine.
new.
So
Yeah.
Shadab comes on post power play, and depending on the matchup, if you have a left hander in the middle like Tilak, then you don't want to expose Shadab to him. Obviously, he might be targeting him over the onside, or maybe he could nail him with the googly as well. Shadab has been in relatively good bowling form in the recent times since his injury comeback. Plus, he chips in as a batter, so it's just a galaxy of riches in the spin department. So I think use him as per requirement. Thank God we don't need him for 4 overs straight. Thank God we don't need Mohammad Nawaz for 4 overs straight anymore. We have that luxury of options. It's just about on the day and Salman Ali Aga's tactics, and of course Mike Hesson chirping in from the dugout.
Yeah, you also like also Shadab. I would agree with Shadab's good form. Also in the last game, I do feel like he was adding a bit more flight to his delivery. So like it was there was a bit more. I feel like there was a bit. That's why he got a couple of wickets because of that, because he was getting those top edges and getting that variance just out of the hand.
So two questions for you guys then. One, any changes to the batting lineup? I'm assuming you guys still have Babar at 4. And then two, if you win the toss, what are you doing? Go ahead,
There's
Mustafa.
an argument to be made for Khwaja Nafi because Usman has completely failed. I think he hasn't made a run in the World Cup, in this World Cup or the previous, but he's been a bit unlucky. He came in at what, number 10 in this game. There is an argument for Khwaja Nafi to come in as the wicketkeeper, but Usman Khan's wicket keeping has been stunning so far. He's been brilliant. So I think there's no real serious changes in the batting. It is what it is. Babar is settling in as the anchor at 4. Salman Ali Agha is going to be that spin aggressor in the power play. So I think there's not much to tinker with. You just back Usman Khan. Hopefully, we don't need him to bat. Fingers crossed that the other batters get the job done. Or when he does get in, he makes a significant, contribution because he's a good batter. I think it's the slander I read about Usman. It's quite unfair because he's a top three bat and he's never going to get to bat top three in Pakistan for Pakistan, and he's never going to get into the side as a batter alone. He's in there because he's a wicket keeper. I think we're a bit disingenuous with our critique of him. Khwaja Nafi is not some born Rashid Latif kind of wicketkeeper either. In fact, he has proved nothing at Pakistan level apart from one innings in the PSL. He is living off BPL highlights, so he's quite lucky to even be in the 15. Maybe he was just adjusted because just to ride the pine, so to speak. And getting him to debut in this kind of match is unfair on him and unfair on Usman Khan as well.
Yeah, but I've always been the thing about youngsters in like, so this is why I like, so
The
like my
thing about youngsters is you project your fantasies on them, and
no,
nine out of
no,
ten
no,
times
no,
they
no,
fail.
no, no. My thing about youngsters is they're too dumb to think to be scared sometimes, right? So they're
And
too
they do
young.
dumb period as well. So
Yeah, yeah, but sometimes they're too dumb to be scared, so it's not a bad idea to throw them into the sea and see how they perform. If
tell me
usually,
the last time you threw a youngster into the sea and he floated.
भाई आपकी you in the 2022 World Cup, what's his name?
You
Haris.
don't even remember his
Haris.
name.
Mohammad Haris got you batted well and got you into the final. It's like you that's like
First of all, it
very
was 2022.
so I said 2022, sir.
I thought you said 20. You said
Yeah.
2022.
No, I said 20.
And he made 20 of 10, man. Come on.
So it was about setting the tone, and
Iftikhar
that's
made a 50, Shadab made a 50, and you're counting Haris.
so. Yes, I'm counting Haris. Haris was coming in and setting the tone after someone was getting out. He was changing how we were batting, and
Matlab, this is not even grasping at straws. This is
this is not
grasping at
grasping
like
at straws. Every
this
single
is
person.
grasping at straws,
This is
man.
not
उसने
grasping.
20
All
रन
right,
मार दिए तेज और उसने
let's put it back. I have
come
one
on,
other
yeah.
question then for you guys.
Yeah.
Would you move Babar up to 3 or
No.
keep him at 4? Just keep him there, right?
Yeah,
If you lose an early wicket in the
no.
power play.
No.
I honestly, that's a fair shout to be honest.
That's what I was thinking. I have easy thinking about this question.
The problem is that Salman Ali Agha is so bad against their spinners
That's
that
what I'm
I'd rather
saying.
back Babar.
You'd
Salman Ali Agha
rather,
is like a walking wicket against these guys.
Yeah, but
so
I
you'd
just don't.
leave him.
I don't trust Babar against quality spin either.
Oh, but say you lose a wicket in the second over. Are you bringing him up to 3 or no?
Yeah, Salman Ali Agha walking in doesn't exactly fill you with confidence.
Okay. I have a thing. What
You guys
if
still have to answer the question about the toss. Not
the
we don't
toss?
want to.
Oh,
Bat first. I don't care what anyone says. Bat first. No, 1 second. Is it in Colombo?
yaar.
Is it in Colombo?
Yeah, ये
It's
कैसा
in
सवाल है? Of
Colombo.
course it's
No,
in
no,
Colombo होगा.
It's in Colombo. And but
You only
it's
have
a
one match in Kandy at some
no. It's
stage.
also no. I'm saying it's the night game, right? So due होएगा. So you would have to bowl first.
There wasn't that much due, to be
There
honest, in
wasn't
the
that much
previous
due,
match.
but these are all good things to think about, which is why I asked the question.
These are
I
things
only
like
The
asked for the
problem is
question.
giving India a chase. They have so much depth and so much quality, man. कितने out कर लोगे? We saw what happened in the
yeah,
Asia Cup final.
but like
सारे
also,
out करने के बाद भी वो बच
but
गए यार.
chasing against Bumrah is a different beast as well, man. That's the
We
thing.
saw
Think
we
you
saw that in New York. What happened when you were chasing against Bumrah?
Like it's
that was a
They
terrible
were
pitch.
ahead of the curve and then they fell behind the curve in his 2 overs.
yeah, it's just like chasing against
There
Bumrah
are
is
fair arguments to be made both ways.
yeah,
So
I
that's
agree.
why it's so tough.
It's a
What
tough
would you do? What would Mike Hessen
I
calls you
honestly
up?
don't know what I would do. I honestly don't
I mean,
know.
on.
that's a cop out answer. I mean, Mike
Okay,
नहीं नहीं,
Hessen
I'm
calls you
still
up.
musing. I'm gonna give an
Muse,
answer, but
we
honestly,
need
okay.
an
it's very
answer.
tough.
Uh,
And Mustafa, we still need an answer about Babar at 3 if you lose a wicket in
I
the
think
second
fair
over.
enough bat first यार. मतलब क्या
yeah.
करें?
So if for
हाँ.
Babar at 3, like I'm sorry. I saw that 2024 game and I just don't trust Babar against India anymore. And after that, what happened in that game?
Do you
And
think
I
he
What do
has
you
a
mean? Was
mental? He
Babar
has
the
a.
one, the only one that failed in that game?
I am not saying listen, I'm not solely putting my every single time we have lost in a T20 World Cup to him, but you cannot we cannot take it away that he has been a major part why we haven't won in 21, in 22, and why we didn't even qualify in 24. You we
Why?
have
Wow, how was his fault you lost in 21 when you had them at 96 for 5 and missed 3 glaring run-outs?
sir वो आपकी बैटिंग याद नहीं है you in 21 you were getting you
Hmm.
were having a subpar score until Fakhar Zaman came in
Oh,
and
Bhaijan 170 was the biggest ever score at the DICS. तुम क्या बातें कर रहे हो? Just inventing facts out of nowhere.
no I'm not
That was a
inventing
record chase at Dubai.
I'm not inventing facts sir I am
I
literally
am
just
telling you the actual facts. 200 कभी हुए ही नहीं दुबई में तो हमने 200 नहीं किए.
no मैं 200 के बारे में नहीं I'm not talking about 200 I'm just talking about the that game itself I
When
am
he got out, they were 80 odd at the 10 over mark. What's wrong with that?
he was 43 of like 33 balls that's the
Oh,
problem
what, man? He held your innings together. Why do you look at individual strike rates? That's the dumbest way to
no I
analyze
don't think that's
person's batting.
that's
You look
not
at the
that's not
partnership rate.
no I don't no
For
I don't
example, for example,
no I but
let's
that
look at let's look at the two recent partnerships, right? With Saibzada Farhan. They did not follow through in the first game. That's why we got in trouble. But in the second game, they did follow through. It was at a good clip, and you got 190. So whatever his individual strike rate, it's क्या फर्क पड़ता है?
it listen it does matter when you are his individual strike rate does matter when you're causing the other batsman to be under pressure and causing him to hit out and get out
But to
that
Easy's point, that's where the partnership
Saibzada
strike rates
Farhan,
come
come
to.
on, man. Of course. He
But
only has
I
one
will
way to
say
play
that
block, slog
uh,
anyway.
with Babar, I feel that he does have a mental block against India, but he looked really good in that Melbourne World Cup game until he went for the dab to third man. He looked settled. Him and Rizwan were
that
playing really
dab to
well, if
third
you remember, and that sort of triggered the
Oh, yeah, I
collapse. But
remember
he
he
looked
cracked a few boundaries here. Yeah.
correct. He looked very comfortable that game, and that was the and
He looked
obviously
good
the
in Ahmedabad. Yeah, that's the one
he
that hurts
looked
the
good
most.
in Ahmedabad as well, and obviously 152 for none when we chased that down in Dubai as well. So it's not just a mental block. He's had decent performances. It's just a matter of putting it all together. This
It's
is
not,
probably
he
his
hasn't
last
won us a
shot.
match versus India.
He
That's
hasn't
the
won it.
thing.
That's the one thing that's a blot on his resume.
yeah I mean I'm not saying he hasn't performed well against India he even in the Champions Trophy
No,
2017 he
it's
got
fair to say he has underwhelmed against them. It's fair to say that.
All right,
It's
yeah
true.
let's move to India real quick. Assuming Abhishek Sharma is back, so you have my guess is Abhishek Sharma and then Ishan Kishan. I don't think they'll play Sanju Samson. Then obviously Tilak Verma, Sky, Hardik, Dubey, and then my question is, what I'm guessing between you think they'll go Kuldeep, Varun Chakravarti,
100% against Pakistan. He's like a cheat code against us.
Bumrah, Arshdeep, and Varun Chakravarti are nailed on, and then obviously Hardik Pandya is four. And then where do you think they go? They go Kuldeep, Akshar, and Rinku Singh.
No, Rinku will make way, and Kuldeep will come back.
Kuldeep is
Shivam
playing.
Dubey, they like him for some reason. He's
They
gonna
like him.
play.
He'll play. He'll definitely play.
Oh God, I don't want.
Arshdeep went for runs today, by the way.
Yeah, he did.
And he's gone for runs in the past as well.
He's
against
gotten
Pakistan.
Babar out in the past, now, so he has that
Yes.
thing over.
But everyone's gotten Babar out.
Yeah. That's not a big thing to say
Oh,
anymore.
who's gotten Babar out when it comes to India? Bumrah,
Bumrah,
fair few
Hardik
times.
Kuldeep multiple times.
Oh yeah, Hardik, yeah.
Hardik.
Kuldeep has not gotten him multiple times.
Yes, he has.
When?
एक तो मुझे याद, one is definitely 2019 when he bowled him through the gate.
Yeah, that one.
That one where
That's the only one.
That was the one we could have actually won him. We could have won that game
That
as well.
because it would have been rained out. Yeah, we could have won that
We
one.
could have won that game. Yeah.
Fakhr was terrible in that game. I remember.
Yeah,
Very
he was really
defensive
bad that
16
game.
away.
He was really
Is
bad.
is Fakhr's career done? There's no chance they bring him into this game, right?
He's not playing T20 again. Maybe ODIs. That's basically it. I don't see him.
He'll hang on definitely in South Africa. He'll definitely play.
He'll play. He'll survive till 2027. Yeah.
How about this game? No chance, right?
Nah.
There is
He's
no
performed
space.
well.
We don't have a wicketkeeper.
That's
Like,
the issue. Is that
the
where do
only
you put
thing
him
you
in?
the only thing you could think about, like the only way
They should drop Nawaz and play Fakhr, to be quite honest, in this match.
So that's a very good argument because you don't need Nawaz as a spinner.
Yeah, his left arm.
Oh yeah,
orthodox
you
rubbish.
don't need him. Yeah.
I would do that.
Would you
Yeah,
make
but
that call?
But
He's
the
a big
question.
game player. Everyone remembers Champions Trophy, you know.
Yeah, but another thing
Oh,
is
because we don't have a left-hander in the middle
Lefty
order.
bat.
So
Yes,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's why I brought it up.
lefty bat. Yeah. I mean,
that would make sense.
Hessen would probably be the one who's actually thought about this as well, and probably why he brought.
But he loves Nawaz, man. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's
to
the
be
thing.
fair, I like Nawaz too. I really
I like
him too.
Nawaz as well, man.
But his batting with bottles in ICC events, that's the biggest problem.
Yeah. But like in the Asia, he was so good in the Asia Cup. I'll give him some leeway after that. Like,
Nee, ICC mein he has some mysterious illness.
Yeah.
He doesn't make runs here.
no, I just think like Kuldeep is so important.
See, that's the thing. There's so many things to muse over. In the end, they're just gonna remain still. That's the thing.
Yeah. So like, I just think, so the one thing I do think we need to talk about is if Kuldeep does play, if Kuldeep does play, he hasn't been bowling well. So if he does play, he's going to be integral to their middle overs. So you will have to take Kuldeep on, or you will at least have to milk him for runs, because
You'll have to take on one of Kuldeep or Varun Chakravarti, right?
Yeah, you
Otherwise
have
it's
to.
a stranglehold.
Exactly, you have to.
You can't just go 4 overs in that, 4 to 6 overs at 5 runs and over.
You can't do that. Like especially at that, like in that ground, it's a 170, 80-ish ground or whatever.
That's my question. What's a par score? 190? What if you bat first? Where would you feel comfortable? What would you say you've given? 200 is fine. You've exceeded, but where would you give a fighting chance? I think a fighting chance if you bat first is 190 plus.
I think
180. Kya ho gaya? 190 is a lot of runs.
175.
180 is a tough chase, man. Come on.
175, 180.
We're not mugs in bowling, man. Come on.
Yeah, 175.
Alright,
You can fight at 165. See how the way
exactly.
fought in the Asia Cup, man.
Yeah. I think 160. Anything if it's above 160, there is a percentage chance we can.
And we'll be right back here post game talking about how we were 10 to 20 runs short. And I will remind you.
नहीं 170 पे बता ये नहीं कह सकते यार.
Yeah, 170. No, I'm saying at 170, 180 we won't be saying that. At 160 we'll be saying that. But we will also be saying that you could have won that game if a couple of things.
This is why I think chasing against India is not the worst idea, because there's so much, like you mentioned, they only made 90 runs in the last 10 overs against freaking Namibia. So if you get early wickets, or if you break, even if they have a fast partnership up top, if you slow them down, then they could end up with a below par score and you'd be in the game.
I think it's going to be moot point. They'll win the toss and they'll put us into bat. All right, prediction time. I'll go first. I actually think we pull this out. you just, I think we're due. There's no gut instinct apart from we're due, and I think it's gonna happen at
The
some
problem
point,
is
and
this
why
match
not?
is 2 days before Ramzan and not in Ramzan.
And that's the one thing that may tilt the balance, but people start praying early.
The final and semi-final is in Ramzan. That is all you have to think about.
Mm.
AZ
Ah,
prediction?
I hope we win, but they've got a lot of firepower. But I do think our spin thing is playing into their heads, and always good vibes, always optimism. There is definite optimism this time. A lot more than in Asia Cup for sure.
I
Because that team is just
yeah.
horrible.
I am resigned that we are we're gonna lose right now. In the 2 days in the build up to it, I will have somehow fooled myself back into believing that we're thrashing them. Because that's just the type of delusional fans we are, and we are very
I
happy.
just hope Saim Ayub doesn't bottle again, man.
No,
Enough. I'm done with this hype now, man.
bro,
Like
He, he's
this is going to
due.
be a
he's
referendum on his
due, he's
career.
due.
He's due for a Fakhr Champions Trophy 17 type performance against India. He is due. There's a lot of
You
people.
suggest he's done it in the past, which he has never done.
No, he's done it against Australia
To
and
be
Australia.
fair,
Australia is not India, bro.
but
Australia is not India.
to be fair, Fakhr hadn't done it against India either in 2017. Babar and
Okay,
Rizwan
he had
had
no track record to speak of. That's
Babar
why
and
I'm saying
Rizwan hadn't done
due
it
means
in
कि पहले हो चुका है.
2021.
Due कभी हुआ ही नहीं है. Due सिर्फ due
No,
factor नहीं
but
हुआ
like,
इसके साथ.
Babar didn't have that track record of always doing well against India until 21
He
happened.
still doesn't. He still doesn't. That's the
He's still,
No,
problem.
but in 21, him and Rizwan chased down 152 really comfortably.
yeah, for no
But the
loss.
job was done by
We
Shaheen.
The job was
let,
done, but still, 152 is not a
Ah,
not a
actually, that's
bad
true. People
low
underrate
score. People underrate
that
that
chase because
chase.
150 was a lot in Dubai. You're right.
Yeah, it was a very well constructed chase, and they didn't play a lot of false shots.
Yeah, that was peak. And these guys literally lived 3 years off that the goodwill from that match. They gleaned 3 years off of it, and finally it's been
cost us
expunged
three the four ICC tournaments.
as if we used to stack them up every time. क्या बात है? You
Listen,
had no right to play the 22 final, and you should
22,
have played the 21
the
final.
22 final is like, quite frankly, the actual final in
People
We had
20.
no right
forget,
to play the
people
2010
people
semi-final.
forget about the 22 final against England. Nobody seems to mention it. It's one of those things that the team reached the final, but the
यार
way they reached the
130 आप
final,
करोगे तो क्या सैम करन
No,
को
but
आपने
like,
प्लेयर ऑफ द मैच दे
it's
दिया.
also like sad to remember because like we probably would have won that game if Shaheen doesn't get injured. That's the thing.
No bro, ऐसे थोड़ी होता
No,
है.
no,
Come on.
no, Shaheen, like 2 overs of Shaheen
They bat till 10, bro. They have
they do
freaking
bat.
Adil Rashid. They take
Yeah,
sixes.
but like it's at the okay, we're getting off track again. But like as I said
right,
before,
wrap up thoughts and against
yeah,
India.
wrap up.
Hopefully, a good game, close game, and something that my only
Nothing
hope
has
is
been resolved.
my only
Nothing
hope
has
is
been
that
decided.
we don't come into the post game with a bunch of regrets. That, as AZ
हाँ
loves to say, game in hand tha. Yeah.
हाँ game in
We'll
hand
just
gift ना
That's
करना
going
मतलब.
to happen. Just accept it. I've already accepted it.
all right. We will
Resigned to
carry
our fate.
the torch of optimism then, AZ. Thank you both, gentlemen. Always lovely to do this.